Now, with that in mind, I also get to tout a little bit of our success, and that's through the introduction of our next speaker and our next partner in these efforts, Kelli Wells and the GE Foundation. Only a few weeks after moving into temporary housing in Boston, GE has already invested $25 million in Boston public schools to strengthen STEM education. But beyond that investment, they're also increasing access to computer science classes in the city's high schools, so our students today will be their employees tomorrow. And leading that charge personally is Kelli, the Executive Director of Education and Skills for the GE Foundation and a tireless advocate for access and equity. Inside and outside her professional responsibilities, she has spent her life building and advocating for high-quality education and skills and the development of those skills for every single student. I'm thrilled to announce that she has recently been nominated to serve as a member of the STEM Council and has agreed to bring her passion and her voice to our team. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a very warm Boston, New England, Massachusetts welcome to a new neighbor and a good friend in Kelli Wells.
Good morning, everyone, and I just want to thank you. It is such an honor and privilege to be here today, and I want to thank Congressman Kennedy for that very, very kind introduction. And this is my first Massachusetts STEM Summit, but I'm so excited to be a part of this because I feel that I have so much to learn from all of you in the room and to just be a participant today as well. I want to start first by thanking everyone here. I want to thank the Massachusetts Business Roundtable, the Massachusetts STEM Advisory Council, and the UMass Donahue Institute for hosting this wonderful event to promote STEM education and workforce development. The GE Foundation shares that commitment in STEM development and workforce development because they go hand in hand. We're pleased to be with you, we're pleased to be here, and I want to share just a little bit about what we've done and what we're going to be doing. So the GE Foundation, actually, we've supported education for over 100 years. And about 5 years or so ago, I was actually assigned the task of looking at our historical documents. And when I was researching the history of the GE Foundation, and when GE started 124 years ago, it was really interesting because the areas that GE was looking for to recruit from, they were talking about science, they were talking about technology, they were talking about mathematics, they were talking about the future. So those same words that we're hearing today about the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics is the exact same language that was in the history of GE. So it's a pleasure as we start to look at how do we support school districts around the country, and now how do we bring those lessons that we've learned to places like Boston and Massachusetts, a place that's already so innovative and creative and has so much that's going on. And this summit alone, happening year after year after year, and bringing more and more people together. And I heard one of the stories as I came in this morning talking about how it was just a small group and they met in Sturbridge for the very first meeting to discuss this wonderful concept, and look around the room today at the thousands that are here. It's amazing and it's impressive. So what we're here to do from the foundation standpoint is that we're here to really listen and learn. We've had experience. We've worked with other school districts throughout the country. And we've been able to take those districts and really transform STEM education in their communities. We brought a small group of teachers together because we're passionate about professional development, and we believe that educators are the future for our workforce development, and that we have to use educators to help support the students. But educators need the tools and the resources to be able to understand what does the future hold? What are these jobs of the future? How do I change my practice? How do I implement these new ideas? And we did that by really listening and understanding what was happening in the classroom. And we brought a new way of thinking on integrating science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, instead of being in silos, but really having that true integration. And what I'm most proud of when I think about the districts that we've worked with throughout the country is that those districts have all now presented at regional, national, international conferences. We've actually had 6 countries look at the STEM work that we've done in these districts to actually influence and change their way of thinking on how they were going to implement STEM. And I think the country that I'm actually most proud of the work that we did with was when countries would come in and they would say, well, we don't really support educating all of our children. And I would say, but that's our fundamental belief. That's what we do here in America. That's what we do in our districts. We believe that all children are capable and that all children deserve an equal footing and an equal chance. And so when countries would see that work, they oftentimes would pause to look inside a classroom and to see the diversity there. And that was something that I have to say I am most proud of in terms of the work. And when we decided to make our headquarters in our new home, Boston, personally, I couldn't have been more thrilled. I thought it was a wonderful opportunity with all of the innovation. And quite frankly, when you hear Massachusetts, Massachusetts is known as a leader in education and a leader in terms of thinking about innovation and creativity. So I was happy to be a part of this and to learn and to listen. So as soon as we made that announcement on April 4th, that we were going to have this investment of $25 million to support the students of Boston Public Schools, the first thing that we did within 2 weeks, I had a great team of educators from around the country who actually, we went into all of the high schools in Boston, all Boston Public Schools, because we wanted to listen and learn. In the evenings, we conducted focus groups with parents. We did student focus groups. We met with nonprofits. We met with companies. Because the ecosystem that's here is so well established that we weren't coming here with all the answers. We had a lot of learning that we gained, but we wanted to be able to take that and build upon all of the foundational work that was already happening and existing within the community. And our goal and our plan is not to just start and stop in Boston, but to think about how do you increase workforce development throughout the entire state of Massachusetts. We want to be able to really transform and to think about that diversity pipeline that Congressman Kennedy was talking about. It's something that is very near and dear to our hearts at GE. And oftentimes people will ask me this question, why does GE care so much about making sure that we're working with the education system? Because at the heart, what GE knows is the fact that this is our future. This is our future workforce. This is our future community. This is our home right now. And we need to be able to embrace all of our students. We can't leave children behind. We need to make sure that they're equipped and they're prepared for the jobs of the future. And especially when you consider that 80% of those jobs will be in high demand by 2020, will be in STEM fields. We need to make sure that educators are prepared, that they understand what those jobs are, just as well as that students understand that I can actually go into this type of career. So a couple things that I'm very proud of that we've already launched in partnership with Boston Public Schools is we launched our first mobile GE Brilliant Career Lab, which will be here today. And that lab is a mobile innovation unit that is not just about a 3D maker space that's here, but it's actually the opportunity for students to learn about jobs of the future. So we started off with 5 different careers in various industries, looking at aviation, mechanics, we've kind of selected healthcare, we went across the board, and we're giving students an opportunity to start to explore what those careers look like. But at the same time, we also launched the brilliantcareerlab.org website, which is a way that students can do an assessment to start to understand what are their strengths, where they would fit in terms of career paths, and then what is the pathway to get them there. So what are the courses they need to start thinking about in middle school and high school in order to really be able to aspire, whether it's a certification, 2-year or 4-year degree. So we're here and we're proud to be part of this community. We're proud of all of the great minds that are here. And I have to say it's very humbling to be a part of this today, to see thousands of people that are here and just the opportunity to learn and to be a part of this journey together. So again, I want to thank everyone for the very warm welcome. We'll be here, and I just look forward to having conversations and seeing the great work. And again, I just want to thank the Massachusetts STEM Advisory Council. I want to thank the Summit for just really taking this on and having such passion and heart around making sure that we keep the kids at the center of our focus. So thank you for today.